If you've been diagnosed with PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome and you have a little bit of weight to lose, even a small amount of weight loss can reduce your risk for blood sugar problems and cholesterol problems, decrease your inflammation, and improve your fertility. So stay tuned today because we're going to talk about ways you can achieve a little bit of weight loss and help your PCOS symptoms. For the best information on gut and hormone health and rebalancing your gut and hormone connection, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Friday. I'm Dr. Shelley Meyer. I'm a registered dietitian, a functional medicine doctor, and a family doctor. And I help you improve your gut and hormone balance so that you can reclaim your energy, your vitality, and rediscover the magic of feeling well through functional medicine and healing nutrition. I've helped thousands of patients with their gut and hormone health, and I can help you. So if you've been diagnosed with PCOS, stick around for today's video. We're going to talk about the connection between a small amount of weight loss and improving your PCOS symptoms and blood sugar and triglycerides, as well as how you can do that. Some simple things you can start doing to have some weight loss to therefore improve your PCOS symptoms. So even a small amount of weight loss, like I said, a 5% weight loss can improve your insulin resistance. And last week I talked about insulin resistance, so I'll link that video somewhere above here below so you can refer to that and what insulin resistance is and why it's connected with PCOS and what you can do about that. But one of the things you can do is even just a 5% weight loss that'll improve your insulin resistance, lower your triglycerides, so help your heart health, and then also improve your fertility. It's harder for women with PCOS to lose weight, though, because of the hormone imbalances that are present, including extra testosterone and DHEA on board, maybe extra estrogen on board. You tend to maybe sometimes have more cortisol, a little bit of belly fat accumulation. And then there's more inflammation when you have PCOS, and the insulin resistance in and of itself that's associated with PCOS that I talked about in last week's video can make it harder for you to lose weight. So let's talk about some ways you can do that. Just 5 simple tips you can start implementing today to try to lose a little bit of weight and improve your PCOS. So first of all, get your sleep. Get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Studies have shown over and over that when you have less than 6 hours of sleep, you have more inflammatory markers, you have a higher BMI or body mass index, and you have higher fat accumulation in your belly in particular. And that's likely because of the association between less than 6 hours of sleep and high cortisol. So I have lots of videos on high cortisol. I have a playlist down below that you can reference because there'll be a lot of extra information on herbs and diets and exercise that support cortisol. But in general, let's try to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Try to get to bed between 10 and 11 p.m. and get up between 6 and 7 a.m. Those are very cortisol supportive sleep schedule type hours. Next, for number 2, you can reduce your sugar and your fructose. So my goal with my patients is less than 25 grams of sugar. Now, you're going to have some sugar in your fruit and that kind of thing. I'm not really counting that, although people can overdo fruit. So I recommend you stick it with lower sugar fruits like berries and have about 2 servings, no more than that a day. But you definitely want to have lots of vegetables to compensate for that, lots of brightly colored vegetables. But less than 25 grams of added sugar. And then no high fructose corn syrup. You can find that sometimes even in ketchup, but definitely you're going to find that in your soda, any kind of soda, pop, whatever you call it, wherever you live. Those drinks have high fructose corn syrup. You can also find it in some energy drinks too. So definitely read your labels and avoid anything that's high in fructose. Now, you can also shoot for a 40-30-30 diet. So 40% protein, 30% carbs, and 30% fat, or you could do 40% fat, 30% carbs, and 30% protein. But just a higher protein diet, a lower carb diet, or a higher fat, higher protein, and lower carb diet. That's a good combination. So tracking is the only way you're going to know if you hit those goals. You don't have to do it every day for the rest of your life, but just try to get in the habit of tracking. I like MyFitnessPal. I like Carb Manager. They all have free versions you can use on your phone to track your your intake to make sure you're hitting those macro goals. So that 40, 30, 30. The important part being 30% or less of carbs and 30 to 40% of protein. If you have kidney problems, if you have problems with high fat diets or higher protein diets, definitely, and in general, talk to your nutritionist, talk to your healthcare provider, your functional medicine doctor, your naturopathic doctor about what I'm saying, because you want to make sure it's safe for you, because there are some exceptions to this rule, of course. And check out the PDF down below. I'm going to talk about ways that you can achieve this, all the things I'm mentioning today, the 5 tips, the tracking resources, my favorite supplements and things that can help, herbs, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and a little bit of safe dosing on that. But again, always run that by your healthcare provider. Number 4, though, would be to eat high in fiber. And I know I say that over and over and over again on this channel, but that's because it's so important for gut and hormone health. And that is what I talk about on this channel. So you are shooting for 30 to 35 grams of fiber. My favorite fiber is called sun fiber. It's partially hydrolyzed guarga, and it's super helpful for SIBO and gut dysbiosis imbalance, but also it's a great source of fiber that just dissolves instantly into your drink. You don't even taste it. I've been using it every day for a while, and I really, really like it. And I'll put some links down below of who provides that. The sun fiber. There's one called Tomorrow Nutrition is the one I'm using. And there's also some other, it's a kind of a branded type of fiber or a trademark type of fiber that a lot of different brands have access to. So that's one way. You can use Metamucil, you can use other types of fiber, but of course you want to try to get your fiber from nutrition, from your vegetables, from your complex carbohydrates that are from the earth. And I talk about that in all my videos, so you can reference some of those other ones. But from your food is your priority. But sometimes it's hard to get that 30 to 35 grams just from your food. And that's why you can use something like sun fiber to help. And then number 5 would be don't starve yourself. Don't super calorie restrict, because that's going to throw your body into more inflammation, more cortisol problems. So you have to feed your body. You have to feed it enough. You do not want to give it those starvation signals. So definitely make sure you're eating enough calories to support your activity levels, to support good nutrition, to feel full and satisfied and nourished. Do not starve yourself or over restrict your calories. Now, we talk about over restricting. You might want to know a number. Oftentimes that's 1,200 or less, but it depends on your size and everything. So definitely pay attention to how your body feels when you're eating a certain amount of calories. But when we're talking about weight loss here, we're talking about sustainable weight loss, not extreme calorie restriction. So thanks for joining me today. Check out the PDF that has the list of all of my favorite things to help you lose weight with PCOS, and little cheat sheets on there with the fiber and everything. And subscribe, share this video, hit the bell to be notified for new videos every Friday for gut and hormone health tips. I'm Dr. Shelley Meyer. Thanks so much for joining me, and we will see you next Friday.